So travel day today, we are heading to Romania.
Yes, from Lagos to Bucharest.
Yeah, Portugal to Romania. So we're catching the 6 a.m. bus, and we could have caught the 8 o'clock bus, but we like to get to the airport early just in case there's any kind of issue or mistakes.
Right, any long lines in security, anything like that. That leads us to our first point. We're going to take you along with us the whole way and give you all of our travel tips.
Yes.
Our first one is leave early.
Yeah.
Get to the airport as soon as you can. All right.
Let's go.
We have a bus to catch. Let's go.
So we're on the bus, and it is a bus that stops in 2 different locations on the way to Faro, but it only takes an hour and 40 minutes, and it's 12 euros. So a lot more reliable than the train, other than
It did leave 9 minutes late.
yeah, but really not too bad.
Not bad, but that's kind of why we like to leave early.
Yeah.
Just for stuff like that.
Example right there.
Yeah. All right, see you at the airport. All right, we made it to the airport about 3 hours early, which is great.
That's our style.
We are already checked in.
Yeah.
Our boarding passes are on our phones.
Yeah.
We've got carry-on luggage only. So we think all we need to do is go through security.
Just security should be at our gate shortly, hopefully.
Hopefully, let's see how it goes. It took
Yeah.
us 25 minutes to get through security.
Yeah, not
That's
bad.
it. And at security, we were prepared. The people in front of us had to put their liquids in a approved TSA bag that the TSA agent gave them because they had the wrong bag.
So be sure,
Make sure you pack wisely so you get through security.
And buy the TSA approved bags because then you don't have any problem at all. So now we're just waiting for our flight. We have another couple hours to go. Okay, so we made it here to
We're in Lisbon.
Lisbon. Yeah, it's already been a little bit of a long day.
Yeah.
Our first flight was delayed. Our second flight is delayed. It's going to really make catching our connection a little challenging. So
There are
see.
delays all over. So maybe in Frankfurt, those will be delayed also.
Honestly, we'd actually really welcome that.
We'll see.
The airport is busier than we have seen it since we started traveling.
Yeah. So when you get on the plane, be the first in your grouping to get on the plane, because these planes are full because of all these delays. You're going to want to get overhead storage for your luggage. They're requesting people to check their bags because these planes are so full. You don't want to have to do that. We don't want to have to do that.
The whole point of carry-on only.
So when they say Group B, be the first in Group B to get on so you can get that overhead storage. That's tip number 2, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah. There you go. Tip number 2. Okay, one of the questions we get asked all the time is how do we decide where we're going next?
As much as we would love to just be able to point at a map and go, here's where we're going next, there's actually a lot of strategy in us choosing where we're going because we do budget travel. So it has to fit in our budget. So one of the things that we do is we go to Google Flights, and you can go to the Explore feature on there, and all you're going to do is take where you're traveling out of, and then it just pretty much shows you the entire world on the date that you're picking and tells you what the flight prices are during that time.
You pick the cheapest one?
We don't pick the cheapest, but we find the areas we're interested in, and then we kind of then go from there.
And going from there doesn't necessarily mean we're interested in going to, say, Ireland.
Right.
We know it's too expensive for us, so it puts us someplace else in the world.
Right. Yeah. So after we figure out where we're going, we then explore what Airbnbs are going to cost us, and we also look at what food's going to cost and everything like that. There's a lot of elements that go into it, but obviously the flight is the biggest one and a big deciding factor.
So we decided on Bucharest.
So Bucharest, Romania is where we're starting, and then we're going to explore all of Romania.
All right, so it's looking like we're going to be in airports for most of the day.
Yeah.
We have a 15-hour trip ahead of us. Now it's probably going longer than that, but that's okay because we got snacks.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our next thing you have to do is pack plenty of snacks. you do not want to eat here at the airports.
No.
It's expensive.
And
there are options, but it's going to cost you.
Right. And then another thing, like today, even if you wanted to go get something to eat, it is so jam-packed full. You're not going to find a place to sit,
It's
or
crazy.
the lines are so long. So yeah, make sure and hit someplace. We usually go the night before. We go get our snacks, and so we're set for the day.
And get plenty of snacks, since it doesn't look like we're going to be eating anything until tomorrow afternoon sometime.
Right.
See how it goes.
Okay, so we made it to our gate. We actually just got off our flight maybe 20 minutes ago. Our flight was delayed. We had 1 hour to get to our flight, and it's an international change, so we were really concerned. Did a little running, that's why we're sweaty and out of breath. But a couple things kind of saved us is going, it was Schengen to Schengen zone, right? So you didn't have to do the same security checks, but also checked baggage. If you had checked your baggage, you probably wouldn't be here, because you would have had to go pick up that baggage and then.
And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Carrie, because we were told in Portugal and Lisbon we needed to check our bags when we were getting onto the plane.
Because it was a full flight.
It was a full flight, so you check your bags. So the lady that was taking bags and putting the baggage claim tickets on them, Carrie skirted right by her.
Yeah, I just didn't make eye contact.
She
and
was
just
like
went right by while she was busy, and
like a
she
boss.
kind of looked at us, and we
Like
just
a
left.
boss.
Yeah.
So I followed Carrie. I didn't have a choice. We get on the plane. There's plenty of room for our luggage. We put our seatbelts on.
Yeah.
We're good to go. So
yeah. So next leg of the trip here, we are heading. Last leg next is Bucharest.
So quick update. We just got delayed after all that.
Third time.
40 minutes. So
all that worry and all that running.
All that stress.
We weren't stressed. It was a long day yesterday.
Yeah, it was 20 plus hours.
We ended up not getting in here to Bucharest until it
was 2 a.m. Bucharest time, so midnight.
Yeah.
Portuguese time.
Very late.
Came from. Yeah.
We were tired. So anyways, it's the next day. We found ourselves a beer, much deserved.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
3 airports, 3 delays, 4 airports.
4 airports counting,
3 delays.
counting Portugal, yeah.
We made it now.
One thing that we would point out is that when we got into the Bucharest airport, we did go up to, there's a line of taxis when you walk out the main door. And we went up to them and asked them how much it's going to cost to get to the location that you're going to. And we had also, prior to that, checked what an Uber was going to cost us. And it was considerably cheaper to take the Uber. The time of night we came in, it was really quite expensive to get our Uber or taxi to get into town. So make sure and check that and double check it. But we are going to grab some breakfast now, lunch.
You're getting wings.
And wrap this up. But make sure and check back in with us, because we are going to be here in Bucharest for 4 days and show you around.
Our final point for you is when you get to your final destination, get yourself a beverage, take a deep breath, and just relax.
Yes.
Because it makes it all worth it. Cheers.
Cheers.